Hello everybody, welcome to part 1 of my playthrough of Jade Cocoon for the PlayStation 1. As you can tell by some of the sounds you're hearing, I am playing this on a PlayStation. This is not being emulated. I'll even show you what I got going on here. Here's my PlayStation, here's the game, and here's my CRT where I'm viewing everything. And it's all just going straight into a capture card on my computer. So quality won't be top-notch, but for the sake of honoring this game, I am doing it on a PlayStation. Here's the opening cutscene.
Elrond, god of the forest, the source of all life. He released his servants, the divine spirits, unto the lands. He spoke, I am that which has given you life. For a time they brought life and happiness to the forest. Soon the forest was visited by fate. The divine spirits created a beast in their own image. Elrond warned, that is the beast of knowledge, and it will someday bring temptation upon you. Thou shalt not associate with it. The divine spirits so promised, and gave birth to the beast of their own image. Such was man's beginning. Time passed, and the forest was again visited by fate. A divine spirit was seduced by a beast of knowledge, and so the promise to Elrond was broken. The spirit lost its divine power, and by the child of man and spirit, it was gained. This new power threatened Elrond, and so was divided into light and darkness.
Alright, so this is Jade Cocoon, Story of the Tamamayu for the PlayStation 1. So yeah, if you are not familiar with this game, as you could tell by the opening cutscene there, the art style, you would say, probably looks a lot like Studio Ghibli. And you would not be wrong, because the art direction in this game was directed by Katsuya Kondo, who worked with Studio Ghibli for movies such as Kiki's Delivery Service and I Can Hear the Sea. So that's really cool. You'll see a lot of familiar art styles if you're really familiar with the Studio Ghibli films. The characters just look really cool. The setting is really cool. Just to give some info about this game before I dive into it, this was a game made in 1998. It's an RPG, monster catching slash virtual pet kind of game where you catch monsters and fight with them. But one cool thing about this game that's different from other monster catching games is that you can take the monsters that you catch and combine them to make new monsters. So that's really cool. We'll get deeper into that throughout the playthrough. Another cool thing is that since this is a PlayStation 1 exclusive, all of the dialogue, well, not all of the dialogue, most of the dialogue is fully voice acted, so that's cool. And you'll hear some familiar voices if, you know, you grew up around this time and you watched like cartoons or played other games and stuff. You may hear some voices that are like, hey, wait, I recognize that. Yeah, so this is going to be a full playthrough, and I'm going to really do this game an honor by trying to hear every possible, like, dialogue. So there's going to be a lot of moments of me going through and just talking to the NPCs for a really long time just to get them to say everything they need to say. And it's really cool. The story in this game is really deep. Quick summary, I'd say it's a cool story about the duality of creation and destruction, and humanity's relationship with nature and themselves, like humanity's relationships with each other. And it also tackles topics such as tradition, like, is what is tradition the way that things should be? It also tackles faith, like faith in what you believe, faith in tradition and stuff like that, and trust in each other, trust in yourself, trust in what people tell you. It's a really interesting game. Talking to the NPCs will unlock a lot of interesting story tidbits. The opening cutscene was very vague, and it kind of gives you an idea of what the universe is like, but as you talk to the NPCs, you'll hear aspects of what is spoken in the opening cutscene, but in a more detailed and understanding kind of way. So yeah, I'm going to start the game now, but before I start the game, I just kind of want to go through the options here. Audio, you can change the music or the effects, make it stereo or mono. You can really mess with some of the settings here, which is neat. Oh, and this is always cool. I always liked doing this when I was a kid, changing the color of the menus. You can do like this cool magenta, this cool green, or this amber kind of orange color. For now though, just to stick with default everything, I'm gonna have the blue just because it looks cool. And I'm not using a controller with vibration. I'm using the very first kind of PlayStation controller. Yeah. So we'll start a brand new game.
I am the Nagi prophet, Gi. I see the future through the words of God. I feel before me the one who shall lead our accursed nature to repose. That brave stature. It is just as the hunter who is praised in our legends. That hunter shall be known as...
Alright, we've got our main protagonist, Levant. I always thought that was a cool default name. Levant never speaks in this game. He's a silent protagonist, kind of like, Link in The Legend of Zelda. So a lot of characters, when they talk to Levant, they'll say like, hey, tell me about this, or what do you think of this? And then it'll just kind of like go on to the next prompt and be like, oh, I see. So supposedly Levant is saying things or telling people things, but you never hear him speak. I also want to disclose, just to prepare everybody who's watching, part 1 here is going to be mostly like an hour, maybe an hour and a half of a lot of dialogue, a lot of, exposition, character development, world building, just getting introduced to the world and the universe and the lore. But it's really interesting. So part 1 won't have a lot of gameplay, but you'll get to understand the story more. And then in the further episodes here, I'll actually get in deep into the game.
The curse shall not be lifted until we are led to eternal repose. May the protection of Erlen be his. The Festival of the Father, the sound of winged minions, and so begins the ordeal.
The tune of a cocoon master is such an enchanting sound. You will be a cocoon master someday. After all, you are the son of a cocoon master. That's the way it is. And as a Nagi woman, I will be your bride. But you know...
Hey, you two! Getting a little hot up here, if you know what I mean.
Louis, this is none of your business, kid. Get out of here!
I'm not a kid. And besides, this watchtower's my responsibility. I have a job, not like your stupid cocoon master, so there! Don't be messing around just 'cause tomorrow's the festival, you idiots.
You're all talk, and a buck-toothed idiot, too.
Ooh, yeah.
Sheesh, I wonder what his problem is. Oh, that's right. Some minstrels are coming to the village square tomorrow. I bet they'll have some great tales to tell. Let's invite Kelmar, too, okay? Well, we better get some rest. See you at the village square tomorrow. Don't forget.
Okay, so that's Mabu. And we also just met Louis. Louis can be a little pain sometimes, and Mabu is Levant's future, or I guess fiance. And you just heard the name Kelmar too, and we'll learn who Kelmar is here soon. Now, we only have a few places we can check out. If we go to my home, that progresses the story, but for now we'll check out all these places. We'll go to the silk mill first. Get to meet some people here. Now, none of the characters here at the silk mill, the characters here at the silk mill, they don't have voice acted dialogue. So I'll read that out loud. We have Pito. Come back tomorrow. Everyone's gone home. Tonight's the night we're all praying for our ancestors. Your family is too, aren't they? I'm gonna pray for all the silkworms who've helped us here. Now here's something that's really important. The dialogue has ended, but you can talk to them again, and most of the time characters will have a lot more to say. Maybe even like multiple times you would have to talk to them to get them to say some interesting stuff. You better hurry home, do your prayers, and get some sleep. Alright, Pito. Okay. I think everybody has just 2 prompts of dialogue during this first part. Here we are inside. Old woman. Tonight is a very special night. We welcome in the souls of the dearly departed. You must hurry home so you can welcome the soul of your father. So that's interesting information. Neglecting their souls invites monsters into your dreams that take you to the world of the dead. Hurry home and welcome the souls of your departed. Yep, okay, so just two lines of dialogue, or 2 prompts of dialogue. Alright, that's everyone here at the silk mill. Yeah, by the way, this area over here, I don't really know what purpose it serves, because you can't really go inside anywhere over here. Just kind of run around and hit some walls. Honestly, I don't know if, out of all the times I've played this game, I don't know if anything important actually appears over there. Alright, now we're going to go back to the watchtower where Louis is at. Here he is. I just love that the renders of the environments in this game. It's really cool.
What do you want? I'm going to to the master's cottage tomorrow, so I'm getting up early. I don't have time to mess around at the festival like you guys. After all, I'm the watchman. I'm not just here to give warning. I gotta be the first to fight if the demons attack. That's what I gotta train for. But I bet you can't even understand.
Yeah, Louis holds himself up pretty highly. He thinks, well, he really feels like he's integral to this village.
You still want something? Look, the spirits of the dead return on the night before the festival. You should just welcome the spirit of your old man who ran off and died. I can't stay up talking all night. Gotta get up early tomorrow. Go home and go to bed.
So, new information. My father ran off and died. That's kind of based on what you're hearing from the old woman at the silk mill too, that tonight we pray for the dearly departed, so I should be praying for my father. Now we'll go to Nam's home. Anna. Good heavens, Levant, what are you doing up so late? You know tonight is the night we mourn for the souls of those swallowed by the forest. Even a father like yours became a spirit after he died. You should pay your respects to him. So not only did my father run off, he ran off into the forest. And that's what tonight is all about, is praying for those who have been swallowed up by the forest. Do not stay up too late or you'll have nightmares. We have to get an early start tomorrow. Come back some other time. Okay. I believe that's her last one. Yep. Yeah, so everybody here has about two boxes of dialogue, or 2 prompts. Levant, at last, the festival starts tomorrow. We have to pray to the god of the forest so that we will be safe again this year. If only I had a son, things would be so much easier. Be a good son, follow in your father's footsteps, and help out your mom. Alright, thanks, Nam. Okay. Now, Musa's home. Musa. We got a family gathering here. Baku. I wish I could get a break from working the fields, at least on the day of the festival, but my father won't have it. You'll have to carry on your family's legacy sooner or later, right? I'm so sorry for you. If only I was the son of the shopkeeper or something, then I could have seen some of the world outside. But for me, it's nothing but laboring in the fields day and night, and raising silkworms ain't easy either. So yeah, complaining about, it is tradition in this village to carry on your family's legacy, so whatever job your father has, or whatever, that's going to be your job too, whether you like it or not. Here's Musa. Your father was a great man. What a pity that we have lost him. We must pray to the forest god so that nothing bad will happen this year. Okay now, you know the spirits are getting restless, don't you? You should go home and pray with your mother. And here's Nina. The souls of our ancestors returned from the forest on the eve of the festival. If you don't get home soon, you could be dragged into the forest too. Don't you pray at your house? Oh, those Nagi women are all the same. Oh, your mother Fio, and your father who ran away and met his fate. What are we to do? So we just heard about the Nagi people. We'll learn about them more. Your mother, or Levant's mother, I say you as in the character, Levant's mother is Nagi. Now we're going to Wen's home. Alright, we got another family gathering here. Wen. I don't know much, but the one thing I do know is the best way to mourn for the dead is to eat good food and live life to the fullest. I feel you, Wen. When we die, that's it. Don't you think so? It could be your turn tomorrow. If we don't do all we can now, our lives will be a waste. Man. Here's Sue. The Festival of Elrum is a festival for our ancestors. We appease the souls of the dead and pray to the god of the forest. Run along home now. What about your house? Do you not pray for your departed? Misfortune is in store when the spirits of the dead wander. Your father may have been a coward, but the dead are dead. You must welcome his spirit during the festival. So now she's saying, this person's saying that my father was a coward. For what? Running away and going into the forest? Here's Pico. I hear the minstrels are coming again this year. I don't care for their songs, but I can't wait to hear the stories of their journeys. Yeah, so a lot of interesting views that people are having here. Alright, that's everybody's home. That's everybody's place. Now we'll go to my home. Alright, there we see our mother. And this is a save point. I'm going to be using these every time I see them, because I am playing this on a PlayStation 1. I'm going to overwrite that file. That was just a practice file. So yeah, I'm going to save every time I see one of these, just because I'm playing on a PlayStation and who knows what can happen. The game might freeze, the game might glitch or something. So this is just so that I have a backup in case something happens. Another horrible thing too is that when you catch monsters in this game, at least on my place, it might be an issue with my memory card. When you catch monsters in this game, and if you don't do anything with your monsters, you just catch them and save, turn off the PlayStation, and resume it, turn it back on, those monsters that you caught will have no special attacks. For whatever reason, for some reason, my memory card just wipes away the data of freshly caught monsters and all of their special moves and stuff, which is really weird. So I'm only gonna save when I know I don't have monsters that I need to manage. So, alright. That's the save screen. And now we will talk to Mother.
Welcome home. Tonight is a very special night. We welcome the spirits of our ancestors. But your father might still be alive out there somewhere, so he won't need our welcome.
So that's interesting.
Instead, I prayed to the god of the forest for his safety. I know how forgetful you are. Remember to write important things down before you forget.
So, interestingly, Fio, Levant's mother, does not believe that your father died. Everybody else is saying, oh, your father, what a coward, he ran off and he died in the forest. And Fio says, no, I don't think he's dead. I believe he's still out there somewhere. So she did not, you both did not pray for your father tonight. Another interesting thing you might have noticed, when characters say your name, they don't say anything, just because you could always have it be something else other than Levant. But I always thought it would be cool that if you kept it as Levant, they would still say it. But it's alright. I'm gonna hit stay up just so that I can talk to Theo again.
They say you will have nightmares of the forest minions if you stay up too late on the eve of the festival.
Ooh. Warning, warning. I'll talk to Theo again.
Don't you have to get up early tomorrow? Mabu won't like it if you oversleep and break your promise.
You really should get some sleep. Well, let's see if you say one more thing.
They say you will have...
Okay.
Don't you have...
Okay. So now, yeah, we will go to bed.
Good idea. Well then, sweet dreams, my son.
Rick Hetz has run away, has he? He's run off, you know. It's all hearsay. It seems his rocket was stolen by a Nagi woman, and he ran off. His son is still so young. Too young to become a cocoon master. Run away, will you?
Sounds like Levant is processing a lot of the stuff that he's been hearing. We're in the forest?
There you are. What are you up to? Didn't you say we would go listen to the minstrels? Kalmar is waiting, so I'll go on ahead.
Wait. Mabu, come back. She disappeared. Just running through the forest now.
You lost or something? The demons will get you if you hang around here. You are so pathetic.
A lot of Levant's subconscious is toying with him.
Kid, are you from Cyrus? What are you doing out here?
Dream Man.
Without the Lion of Peril, Cyrus should not have a cocoon master. So you are the son of the Lion of Peril. Well now. Let's see how you measure up to your lineage.
So the Lion of Peril is what they call your father. And now we gotta fight the Dream Man in our dream. So yeah, we'll just hack away. And we do, like, nothing. Minion? Oh, snap. Nothing. Barely anything. Overkill. So yeah, this is one of those you have to die kind of things.
Without the power to summon a magic beast, you are no threat to me. Just the son of a coward.
Man. Levant did have nightmares.
Wake up! You cried out in your sleep last night. Are you all right? Aren't you going to go see Mabu today? Didn't you say that you would? They are all waiting for you.
Let's see if she has anything more to say.
What is it? Oh yes, here. It's not much, but take it. This is all I can do with what I make. But after all, today is the festival.
20 yuan. So yeah, that's the currency in this game. Yuan. Yan. So that's cool. We just got 20 yuan from our mom.
If only your father were here today. But you know, no matter what anyone says, he will come back someday. I really believe he will. Well, you best be off now.
Anything more?
You promised Mabu, right? They're all waiting.
Okay. Okay, one more thing? Okay, yeah. I did promise. I must go. That's Kelmar.
Come quick! It's terrible! There's a thundering noise coming from the forest! It's gotta be the demons! Oh no! Mabu! She's gone off to the watchtower all by herself! If it really is demons, she could be in danger! Let's go now!
We'll learn who this person is later.
The beasts of knowledge, touched by the misery of the Great Father, they release a white beast unto the forest. Its howl is the requiem of souls.
Hordes of winged insects have broken through the divine barrier and attacked the village. What can this mean?
This is the chieftain of the village.
At long last, has Elrom's day of judgment come to Cyrus?
I do not believe that the divine barrier of Gehenna will hold much longer. We must act. Do you not think so, High Priestess Garai?
Destruction is often what comes of the beasts of knowledge. This could be an act of man. The minions of the forest could not have broken through the divine barrier on their own.
Whatever the cause may be, once the insects flew off, many of our people fell into a sleep from which they cannot wake. We must do something.
I deeply regret to say, those winged insects are the only boo-boo, the locusts of apocalypse. The dust spread by the Oni Boo plunges all into sleep, returning them to the earth. I hear the ancient empire of Gehenna was swallowed into the forest by an Onimbubu attack. It is a pity, but never again shall they wake.
A pity, is it? How dare you? The only reason we allowed a wanderer like you to live here is because we believed in the divine magic of the Nagi. But you've let our people fall ill without even trying to help, and still you do nothing. So, your divine magic and spells were all just a hoax.
What? You say there is some other way? Such as offering some kind of human sacrifice to pacify the forest?
Better to have cut off the source of evil before it came to this, if all it would have taken was a sacrifice.
Foolishness. The forest lends no ear to the wishes of man.
If you speak the truth, then the evil spirits must be imprisoned, one and all.
Both of you, quiet down. Now, Garai, are you saying there is no way to awaken them?
The souls of those fallen to sleep wander the dream world. To retrieve their souls and return them to their bodies, we must...
Yes, that's it! The calabash herb! If only we had the legendary herb, might it not cure the sleep sickness? Well now, Garai, are you not well versed in the ways of the forest? Chieftain, what do you say about sending Garai into the forest?
What would that accomplish? I would just be swallowed up and never heard from again. Although the herb is said to cure the sleep sickness.
Well then, tell us if there is some other way. Or are you just going to sit around and let them all die? You always were a stranger among us.
Among us.
Any further sacrifice will be the end of the village. Tradition states that a cocoon master shall suppress the demons. Since the Lion of Peril is no more, we have little choice. We must send a new cocoon master into the forest. Garai, we must perform the sacred union.
We of the Nagi were born to live together with the cocoon masters. Mabu should not object. It is all for the sake of Cyrus. We are prepared.
So, then it is decided. Summon our new cocoon master, the son of the Line of Peril, and Mabu, maiden of the Nagi tribe. Have them both come to the Hall of Judgment.
So yeah, lots of stuff there. Lots of stuff. Like what just happened and now what we gotta do.
In order to cure the sick, the calabash herb must be retrieved from the forest. You are the child of a long line of cocoon masters in Cyrus. On this day, the sacred union shall be performed. As the successor to the Lion of Peril, you shall determine the fate of us all. I believed in your father, Riquettes. He was a courageous yet gentle man, even though he was swallowed up by the forest when the tide of fortune turned against him. He was certainly not a coward, as the villagers might have called him. Stand tall and work hard. I wish you luck in your father's stead. Oh yes, you must also cherish your wife. A devoted husband is a Nagi woman's only salvation. You will understand someday. May fortune be with you in battle.
According to tradition, I hereby conduct the sacred union. Are you both ready? O Elram, god of the forest. O forest, mother to all. We, the beasts of knowledge, born of the forest, once again grant us here this day that which touches and moves thy worried heart, so that we, as beasts, may live in harmony with the forest. Oh, so wise. Oh, so wise. This is the earring of the hunter, symbol of your coming of age. As long as you possess it, you may escape death, even when defeated in the forest. It is my farewell gift to he who journeys to the land of ordeal. Now then, listen well, you two. Some people fear cocoon masters and call them impure hunters. Many will be prejudiced towards you. Nevertheless, you must persevere in your lonely struggle. A terrible ordeal also awaits the women of the Nagi. The infections on their bodies are the side effects of the cocoon purification process. These are known as cursed brandings. In the worst case, this can even cause death. Please, care for one another in sickness and in health. Tomorrow your lonely struggle shall begin. Sleep well this night, so that you may be ready to depart come morning. Come to my house. We must prepare what you need for your journey.
We got the hunter's earring. It's a very important item.
Ah, I knew you'd be here. What's the matter? Oh, I bet you're nervous. So much happened all at once today. I'm worn out. Adults always have to have it their way. That's why I don't like them. But it's strange, isn't it? Why is it that only Nagi women are able to purify? Mother Garai says it's divine power. But it doesn't seem that the villagers think so.
Who's up there? And who's playing that awful flute music in the middle of the night? After what already happened today? Do you want the monsters to attack again or something? Don't you have work to do tomorrow? Go to bed already!
What do you want? Oh, you must be scared. Isn't it past your bedtime? Or are you too afraid to go to sleep?
I already told you, I'm not a kid. Try not to get eaten alive out there, tough guy. But I guess there's nothing scarier than Mabu.
Ah, you are such a brat. You're making me lose my temper, you little twit. Well, we have an early start tomorrow. Better get to bed. And don't oversleep, young Cocoon Master. See you tomorrow.
All right. So that was a lot of cutscene stuff. Oh yes, wait. There's still a lot of cutscene stuff. Another
Your
dream.
father was a noble man. Coward. According to tradition, I hereby proclaim your coming of age. Your bride from this day forward. Treacherous woman.
So you dress like you've become a man. Still, you are but the son of a coward. Like father, like son. That Nagi maiden shall be left behind when you are killed in the forest. How pitiful!
So now we're fighting this little guy, Padamel. It's only level 1. Shouldn't be too hard. All right.
Impressive. You are more capable than I expected. But such is not our true power. Do you think you are up to it?
Ah, snap. Alright, gotta fight Dream Man again. Nothing. Devastated.
Ha! Beaten already. And you call yourself a Cocoon Master. You are nothing but the son of a coward.
Man.
White is the beast of fate. Blue is the beast of righteousness.
The Blue Cocoon Master.
Wake up. You cried out in your sleep last night. Are you all right? From this day forward, you are the Cocoon Master of Cyrus. You must be strong. Now, you had better head over to Mother Garai's house. Mabu is probably waiting for you there, too.
Oh, you've finally come by, have you? I have something I want to give you right away. Have a seat right here. Soon you will enter the forest as a Cocoon Master. At the forest entrance, there are 4 gates through the Divine Barrier. To pass through them, you must have the right key. One of them is here in Cyrus. It is the key to the Beetle Gate. Louis the Watchtower Guard has it. Once you get the key from Louis, you must go deep into the Beetle Forest. Another Cocoon Master lives there. People call him the Blue Cocoon Master. His name is Chorus, and he is a very capable man. Finding the Calamus herb is important, but first you must learn to fend for yourself. No doubt there is much you can learn from him, for he too is a Cocoon Master. In the meantime, I have gathered what you will need for your journey. If you need something else, you should go to the town shop. Wounds can only be healed by mugwort herbs. Make sure you have enough. Oh, and do not forget to arm yourself. When your empty cocoons run out, you can get more from Mabu. Oh yes, I almost forgot something very important. This is the Flute of Capture. The sound of this flute serves both to imprison and summon minions. Your father, Riquettes, entrusted it to me. A fateful meeting it was. But perhaps some other time I will tell you all about it.
All right, so we have the Flute of Capture now from Garai, from our father, Riquettes. And we are now on a mission to talk to the Blue Cocoon Master, Chorus, to learn the ways of being a Cocoon Master. And we've received more supplies. Cool. Let's quickly take a look at what we got here. Now we got a new profile pic, new gear. So now we have a dagger instead of the knife. The dagger reduces your speed by 1, increases your attack by 1. Although, in my opinion, and this is just me, I find speed to be the best stat for Levant, because the more speed you have, the more likely you will go first in a fight. If you have really low speed, your opponent can go first, and if Levant is weak and just gets knocked out, then what's the good in that? So I always figure, if you have really high speed, you can go more often. You also have a chance to go twice in one turn if your speed is really high. Alright, here's our armor, Hunter's Vest. We don't have anything else. And other, this is like our accessory slot. Different items will do different things in this slot, but we don't have anything here yet either. I always like reading the descriptions of these two. Small knife used for cutting away branches and carving meat. And then the knife, small knife, often used for playing in the woods or at the river. The Hunter's Vest says, armor, warm, yet airy, suited to the forest. Nice. Alright. And here we have the Hunter's Earring. a symbol of an adult cocoon master, takes you back to the barrier gate when in the forest. Yeah, so this is your get me out of here your get me out of here item. So if like you're in the middle of the forest and you're really weak on HP and you don't have anything to heal yourself, you can use this and it will take you right out of the forest. And then our flute of capture, musical instrument passed down for generations, needed for capturing and summoning divine minions. Cool, cool. And here's our mugwort. We got some mugwort here. Restore health, grows in open areas of the forest. Increases health and slows bleeding. Grind leaves into powder and apply to wounds. And then here we have valerian powder. A poison antidote, powdered form of dried valerian root. Soothes the spirit and drives out poison. So yeah, if we get poisoned, which is a status effect, we can use that and it will heal it. Alright, nothing else? Let's talk to Garai again, see if she has any more things.
I've already spoken with Louis. Now, go to the Watchtower Hut and get the key to the Beetle Gate. From the forest entrance, you will find the Divine Barrier Gate, and then on to the Beetle Forest. Godspeed to you.
Uh-huh.
I've already spoken.
Okay. What does Mabu have to say?
So now you're going into the forest. I don't know why, but I'm a little worried. But if worse comes to worse, you can always use the earring of the hunter to return home safely.
Yes, yes. Very true. Oh, wait, let's see. What else?
So I went ahead and married you, huh? You'd better take good care of me now. Oh, come on, I'm just joking. It feels strange, doesn't it? I guess things are gonna get serious real soon, huh? Be careful out there.
I mean, we only had to rush to get into this because our town got attacked.
So now you're going into the forest. I don't know why, but I'm a little worried.
Okay. That is all Mabu has to say. And we will save, because here we have a save point. Alright. We are out of here.
Wait a sec. Here. This is a ring given to me by the Nagi chieftain when I was born. It's very special to me. I should have given it to you before, but I was too embarrassed. When I wear this ring, somehow I feel at peace. I hope it helps you too. Well, take care, okay?
Tears of Reese. Makes you feel at peace.
Oh, it's really nothing, but I'll be thinking about you.
Oh, that's sweet. Okay. We'll go to my home first, just to see if Theo has any more dialogue. Here, quickly, let's look at the Tears of Reese. Gift from Mabu. Gives off spectacular light. Bestowed to young Mabu by the Nagi chief. We still don't know a lot about the Nagi and who they are. We know Mother Garai is Nagi, we know Mabu is Nagi, and we know your mother is Nagi.
Are you doing all right? Being a cocoon master is tough, but you keep at it.
Yeah.
I can teach you many things in place of your father.
So what do you want to know? Okay, we're gonna go through all these really quick.
You can buy weapons and armor at the blacksmith. You know Kelmar's house, right? His father is a blacksmith.
Ah.
He may be a bit gruff, but he is a very skilled blacksmith.
A bit gruff.
If you are wounded in the forest, continuing the hunt is very dangerous. There are many different types of items which can help you at such times. You buy them down at the town shop. Make sure you get plenty of everything you need there. And you can get empty cocoons for imprisoning minions from Mabu.
Right. Money.
You cannot buy weapons and supplies without money.
The yawn.
That is why you should spin white cocoons. The thread from white cocoons is very high quality and can be sold for a lot of money. But once you spin the cocoon, you will lose the magic beast inside. Consider that carefully before asking Mabu to spin them for you.
Right, so white cocoons are the cocoons that contain a monster that you've captured and has been brought to Mabu. They can be spun, or, you can use them as a companion to fight with you, or if you have many of that same kind of monster and you don't really need all the extras, you can do what's called spinning them, and you spin them so they're basically deleted, but you get money out of spinning them. So it's the main way you get money in this game. Like, to get a good amount of money, to get as many good items as you can, you want to capture extra minions and spin them. And based on the level of the minion will determine how much or how valuable the silk they make from spinning them is worth. Now we'll learn about minions.
Although the forest beasts attack us villagers and sometimes seem quite treacherous, they are really just agents of Elrum, the god of the forest. The cocoon masters and Nagi people are wise in the ways of the forest. In fact, we have a term of respect for the creatures there. We call them forest minions. People of the village call them abominations, monstrosities, all because they look horrific and terrify us. Even our town elders, like the Venerable Jabara, have more contemptuous names for them. But they all refer to the same thing. They say, pure words beget a clean heart. You should mind your language too, my son.
Right. Respect the forest minions. Alright, that's all we have from Fio for now.
Take care. I will always be praying for you.
Here, let's see if she says anything more.
Your father promised me that one day he would solve the mystery of purification. He was the first person to be kind to me, a Nagi woman.
So that's interesting. It makes you wonder, he's searching for the mystery of purification. Like, what does that mean? Is that why he wandered into the forest? We don't know.
Take...
Okay. I think she says a few more things too, but it'll always bring up that, what do you want to know about prompt?
Your father told me to give up performing purification, even if I must defy tradition. You too will understand someday. For now, I will teach you how to prepare yourself for the hunt.
So Fio no longer performs the purification magic.
Take care. I will always...
Alright, let's see if there's anything else to say.
Try to be a good cocoon master for Mabu's sake as well. I can teach you what you need to know. Are you doing?
Okay. That's everything Theo has to say. We'll save again, because we can. So yeah, it's already been 57 minutes in game. Alright. So we've been to Garai's home. Let's go to the blacksmith, aka Kelmar's house. And there's the blacksmith. Yajako.
Huh? What is it? If you're looking for Kelmar, he's not here. This is just great. Where could he be running off to now? Come back some other time if it's a strong weapon you want.
A strong weapon.
It's been so long since I made a weapon for a cocoon master. But even if you had one, would you know how to use it?
Really, he's so unfriendly, isn't he?
Ada.
I'm sorry, his hands are skilled, but his tongue is not. Our son will never find a good bride with a father like you.
He just goes back to blacksmithing.
They're both so stubborn. Aren't you even listening to me?
Alright, what more does Ada have to say?
As you can see, he has a hard head, but he is the best blacksmith in all of Peril. If you ever need weapons, come again. By the way, those clothes look really good on you. You look just like Ricketts did when he was your age.
Thanks.
You're so different from our good-for-nothing son.
Oh, don't say that about Kelmar.
It drives me crazy. Both my husband and son are so narrow-minded.
Wow.
As you can see, he had...
Okay. Well, that's all Ada has to say. Alright, let's see what more Yajako has to say.
I don't have anything good for you yet. But you can buy what I've already made.
Aha. What'll it be? Before we hit the shop, let's ask about weapons.
Don't ever think that you're better just because you bought a more powerful weapon. You won't know its true power until you start swinging it around. You know that, don't you?
True, true.
The quality of a blade's edge depends upon the skill of the blacksmith. No matter how dull the blade, I can craft it into its finest edge.
Yeah, he's a proud blacksmith. Alright, now we'll shop. We'll see what he's got. Let's check the weapons. Okay, so we already have a knife and a dagger. Then he has a bronze sword for 500 yen. But see, good attack, 25, but your speed just drops tremendously. So I think I'll actually stick with the knife. Armor. He's got a leather vest for 100. Raises your defense by 1, magic defense by 1, but lowers your speed by 1. And the chainmail vest for 300 raises your defense and magic defense both by 2, and lowers your speed by 2. I mean, really, it's not that much of a significant change either way. with the defense going up or the speed going down, so just to save yen and to have the most speed, I'll just stick with what I got. But here in other, we have the leather headband for 100, and that just raises your defense by 2. Ornamental item, band with leather woven in, protects head from animal claw scratches. Yeah, we'll take one of those. Will you ready it now? Yes. You'll regret it if you use it improperly. Yes. Just for fun, I was going to read the description for the other things that I didn't buy. Armor, made of tanned leather, strong yet quiet clothing. Made of iron rings linked together, light yet good at warding off attacks. Yes. And the bronze sword says, long sword, fairly heavy sword, made of bronze. Indeed. Alright. So that's all for now. Oh, actually, I will sell my dagger, because I won't be using it. It'll give us 75 yuan. And there's nothing else to sell, so that's good.
If you need a more powerful weapon, come back later.
Aye, aye.
Maybe I'll have something ready by then.
Yeah, basically, as you progress through the game, like beat certain forests or hit certain check marks in the game, that's when the shops will update and have new things.
Buying new weapons is fine and all, but a cocoon master isn't a warrior. Don't let your powers go to your head.
Right. That's why I catch the monsters and have them fight.
If you need a more powerful weapon, come back later.
Okay. Maybe he has one more thing to say?
I don't have it.
Oh, nope. That is all. Thanks, Yajako. Okay. We out of here. Now we'll hit up the town shop that we're hearing so much about. Here's the shopkeeper. A cool little shop. Carlet, or Carlo. Oh my, how nice. It's been so long since we've had a cocoon master. Let me know if there's anything you need. We will shop. How may I help you? We have 195. We can buy mugwort. We have 3 already. Shab liquor. Restore minion HP and mana. Liquor made from pickled shab minion. Restores some minion HP and mana. So mugwort heals Levant only, but shab liquor heals your minions, and not only just heals them, it restores their mana too. So it's an all-in-one kind of heal thing, which is really cool. And we've already got 1 Valerian powder, which is okay. We don't get poisoned too much around here. I will buy some shab liquor though. I'll buy 3 of them for 150. So that leaves me with 45. I will save the 45 because 3 mugwort's good. 3 shab liquors is good. And yeah, alright. Nothing really to sell. Everything that I have is what I want to keep. Where has my boy gone off to now? Maybe he went to listen to the minstrels in the village square. The minstrels, that's right. Here's the chief's estate. This is where we had the Hall of Judgment and the whole meeting and everything. The Sacred Union. Here, wait, actually, let's look at that again. I always thought this was... Wait, can we see that again? Oh, I guess you can't see that upper view again. That's okay. This is really cool. I love the... Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, I just love the renders of the environments in this game. It's so cool. Really cool. Alright, so we're like in a courtyard area here. Nothing to do around here. If we come over here, we have this guard. Baba. None shall pass without the chief's invitation. Oh. This door leads to the Hall of Judgment. If you have come to visit the sick, the entrance is over there. Enough already. Do you really think I enjoy standing here? Okay. So here's where the sick lie. Goodness. And here we have a familiar face. Tao. This is the shelter for those who have fallen into slumber by the Oni Bubu. Right. The locusts of the apocalypse. I will stay here and care for them until you retrieve the calabash herb. Even an old bag like me can care for the sick, but only a cocoon master can enter the forest. You must do your part for the sake of us all. Without a way to get silk thread, it would be the end of Cyrus. So we mustn't give up the mill, even to care for our sick. And without any men in the village, we can't tend the fields. Alright. Lots of information there about how they're handling this, how the whole town of Cyrus is handling this. Alright, back to the silk mill. Check this out. We're gonna go over here again. And nothing. Like, even if I like click around on things over here, nothing really comes up. Okay. Talk to Pito here. Your mom hasn't showed up today. Oh, yeah, your mom works here. I know she wouldn't stay home just for no reason. For no reason. Hee hee. All the other scary hags are here today, you know? Scary hags. I guess their families were affected by the locusts. Bunch of chatterboxes in there. You'll hear nothing decent. Better not go inside. You know, the mulberry fields were devastated by those insects. We're done for. Okay. Yeah, so Pito here is a pretty pessimistic person. Sue. So, the fate of the village has been entrusted to the trader's child. Oh, well then. Surely you will not let my son die. The demons won't just lay down before you because you are the son of Riquettes. Dear me, can a boy such as this really save our village? Man, yeah. People don't like you here. Old woman, you're so young to be fighting those demons. There's nothing I can do for you, but good luck. Of all the cocoon masters of Cyrus, what generation are you? The Lion of Peril was a great cocoon master. Try not to disgrace his name. Alright. So Pito said, nothing interesting in here. Don't listen to them. Let's go inside. Anna says, they say Fio's son has assumed the title of Cocoon Master. Nina, so he is to be the one who will search for the herb. I hope he's up to it. A little worried, huh? What do you expect? My own son has fallen ill, you know. Yeah, but so it will be Mabu who performs purifications then. Pico here says, yes, that's the problem. And that strange sickness, I wonder if that's a curse too. No, we shouldn't talk like this. It'd be terrible if someone hurt us. We could be struck down by magic. Now that would be unfortunate. I bet your husband wouldn't mind if that happened. Ahahaha. Oh, yes. Well then. Your mother isn't here yet. Okay. Your family has it hard too, don't they? What with your father lost to the forest and you soon to follow. Yeah, man, these people really don't like you. I feel so sorry for you. But being born into a Cocoon Master's family leaves you no choice. We lost a lot of workers because of what happened. We'll take any help we can get. Here, I know it isn't much, but take this. Nice. Yeah, see, just talking. You might get something out of it. Okay. So now you're heading into the forest? Good luck, we're counting on you. You know, my son fell ill yesterday too. My husband has not left our son's side since, futile though it may be. Our lives are in your hands. Do your best for all of us. Yeah. Alright. If you're ever in a bind, come speak with us anytime, honey. My, so your husband falls ill, and already you've abandoned him for a younger man? Hee. Hey, that's enough of that. Sorry, Levant, you better be on your way. Yeah. My husband has fallen ill. I really want to go care for him, but since there aren't enough workers here at the mill, I used to think that he was a useless pig, but now I can't make do without him. Those poor sick people. I wonder if they still see dreams. Okay. Oh yeah, we heard all this. Okay. Alright. We're out of here. Oh, stuck. Gotta love the tank controls. Alright, we'll head to the watchtower and get the key from Louis.
I heard what Mother Garai said. But I don't like any of it. I mean, you of all people. Just because Ricketts is your dad. You'll just go into the forest and get eaten by monsters. Is your flute really that powerful? That's so lame! Ha! I'll go get the calabash myself. Just wait right here.
No can do, little guy.
Kelmar.
I know how you feel, Louis, but you can't go. You can seek your revenge at some other time. Besides, you know how scary the forest is, right? And how little we can do there.
Yeah, so seems like a lot of people don't have faith in Levant. Kelmar does, though.
Shouldn't you be talking to Louis rather than me?
Well. Just wanted to see what you had to say, Kelmar.
Fine. Kelmar is right. You can go do it. Here's the beetle key. The chief gave it to me to look after. With it lies the fate of the village. Use it to enter the beetle gate. The cottage of Master Chorus is deep inside the forest. He's a powerful cocoon master, and he might know something about that herb.
So that's our next quest, to talk to Chorus about the herb. Let's see what more Kelmar has to say.
Look, try to understand how he feels. Ever since his parents were killed in the forest, all he's ever thought about is slaying those monsters.
That explains a lot.
He may be cocky, but in his own way, he's just trying to be a man.
So yeah, Louis is actually dealing with a lot, which explains a lot of his attitude. So we can't really blame him.
So, he's now a magnificent cocoon master. It's all happened so fast. Take good care of Mabu. If you ever make her cry, I'm coming after you, buddy. Well, better get going and save the village. You do your best out there. Look.
Okay. Let's see what more Louis has to say.
Now what? Get out of here before I change my mind! I'll avenge my parents by myself. I don't need your help. You still want something?
Okay, nope. I do not want anything more. Thank you, Louis. Alright, okay. We'll check out these last few places and then we will head to the forest gates. So first we'll go to Nam's home. It's terrible. The insects have ravaged our fields. Still, it could be worse. At least no one in my family has taken ill. Hurry and find that herb or whatever it is. Without enough men, we can't tend to the fields. I heard those insects are called the locusts of apocalypse. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Musa's home. Oh man. That's the sun. This is all because of what happened yesterday. So you will enter the forest? We're counting on you. You are our only hope. But why, my son? Those insects will be the end of this village. That damn Garai. I'm sick of hearing about her magic arts. She was useless. There's nothing else I can do. I've tried everything, but he is as still as a rock, sleeping like the dead. But why, my son? Okay. Yeah, that's heavy. I'll go to Wen's home. Yeah, I think Wen... Wow, it's completely empty. Completely empty. Can't even click on anything. Yeah, Wen was the man who was saying, like, you never know when you could die. It could be tomorrow. And Wen was one of the people who fell ill. It's just wild. Alright, cemetery time. Now, this place is really neat. I always liked the atmosphere here at the cemetery. I always thought this was cool. You can even like run... Oh no, you can't run behind it. Never mind. I thought you could run behind it. Oh well. Okay, let's progress. Now if we look up here, right in the corner of the screen, who do we have here? This is just like, this is awesome. I love this. Just come out to the edge of a cliff here with a tree on it. Poto.
My, how you've grown. Those clothes become you. You look just like Riquette's when he was a young lad.
What is it? Do you want to hear my stories? Yeah, so Poto here has different stories to tell throughout the game, and each story he tells kind of plays out like a cutscene. So here we'll hear the legend of Alcana.
This is a tale of the kingdom of Gehenna Pali that stretched across these lands long ago. Once upon a time, Prince Menek, son of King Karis, set out with his vassals to hunt in the forest. But in the forest they were enveloped by a thick fog, and the prince lost his way. Wandering aimlessly about, he happened upon a marsh from which grew an enormous tree. Thereupon he heard the sound of sobbing, but he knew not from where. He found a maiden sitting all alone. She was weeping by the marsh. "I am Alcana. I just buried my mother here in the marsh of Uban," she said. And then she looked up at the prince. He was overwhelmed by her beautiful eyes. The maiden stole his heart that day. It was truly a fateful meeting. Thereafter, the prince made frequent trips into the forest. Undoubtedly, he was paying visits to the maiden. The maiden had a strange power. She could talk to the insects and trees. Before long, there began a terrible rumor that the prince's heart had been stolen by a witch. One day the maiden spun silk from fairy cocoons and wove it into a beautiful cloth for the king. But the brilliance of that cloth cast a shadow upon the kingdom. The king was so enthralled by the fairy silk that he sent his soldiers into the forest, where they ravaged for fairy cocoons. The fairies, still in their cocoons, were boiled alive. The king killed them so he could have their silk. The prince pleaded with his father to stop his cruelty, but the king was no longer the man he had once been. Prince Menek was charged with treason and imprisoned in the king's deepest dungeon. He was never heard from again. When the maiden learned of the prince's death, she cursed her fate and lamented the foolishness of man. She then cast herself away into the marsh where her mother lay. As she started to drown, a voice from nowhere whispered to her, "I am Elrum. I shall grant you your wish. Tell me what you want," said the voice. The maiden told Elrum all that weighed upon her heart. The maiden said, "Greed bears destructive knowledge. Its wicked power shall be the end of the forest. All hope is lost. The beasts of knowledge shall never live in peace with the forest. The one light of hope, who I so loved, has perished at the hands of the beasts. I now go to where my love Menek awaits." Thereupon Elrum spoke again. "So you claim that your true love was torn asunder by the greed and hatred of the beasts of knowledge? When light is swallowed up by darkness, I shall unleash ruin upon the land, returning all to the nothingness from whence it came. I have a firm grip upon the darkness in your heart. From that day forward, demons appeared in the forest, terrifying all they came upon. And the kingdom of Gehenna Pali fell to ruin by the swarms of Onibubu, locusts of apocalypse. The demons that haunt the forest now are the beasts, spawned by the greed in man's heart." Well, That is the end of the story. I know you're busy, but come by any time. I shall always be here.
So yeah, that was our big origin story. Kind of dives into what we see in the opening cutscene, but with a little bit more detail this time, which is cool.
Ever since yesterday, the forest has been stirring restlessly. You must be careful. Do not go seeking an early death. You are our last hope. My, how fast the time goes by. I still think of you as a playful child, you know. Ever since yesterday.
Okay. Thank you, Poto. We'll see you again later. So we're done here at the cemetery. Now we'll go to the village square to meet the minstrels. I always loved this architecture. This is actually a reference to a main story element. You may figure it out on your own. Here, okay, so here's where you can this is neat. You can go behind this. Like, they just have this whole area someone took the time to make the back area of this just so that you can run behind it, and that's it. I think it's just cool. Oh. Alright, so we'll talk to our friend here on the left first. Azu. We are the minstrels who journey from village to village. We came to sing happy songs, today being the festival. But such a terrible thing has happened. We shan't leave this village with things the way they are. We shall stay here until the trouble subsides. Yazu here says, "How can you say that? I'll not stay here and die with them. By the way you're dressed, you must be a cocoon master." What's this? Is not the Lion of Peril the cocoon master here? So the rumors are true. Well then, a lot of people are counting on you, aren't they? But you are still so young, aren't you? Yesterday, I saw the Onibubu for the first time. Many a village has been swallowed by the forest because of those insects. They say those attacked by the locusts of apocalypse fall into a deep, deep sleep, never to awaken. A frightening tale indeed. It is said that the great kingdom of Gehenna, which once spread across these lands, was also destroyed by the Onibubu, as we heard in the origin story. The locusts of apocalypse are a manifestation of the wrath of Elrim. Perhaps someone in this village has done something to beckon Elrim's anger. During our journey, we have heard many a strange rumor, you know. It is not easy to see the truth from such a small village. That is why you must lend an ear to the stories of the elderly. Indeed. Okay. Now, we'll talk to him. Ballads bring both learning and enjoyment. Are there no storytellers in this village? We turn lessons into rhyme, then sing for all to hear. Once a ballad is in your head, you'll start singing it yourself, such is the wisdom of the ancients. Bragging again. You only write the words, it is I who put them to music. Of course, you also play very nicely, but everyone knows you're tone deaf. What was that? Sounds like bandmates. I wonder if Cyrus too will follow the path of ruin. The Onibubu are the harbinger of the forest's wrath. This does not bode well. Come to think of it, is there not a Nagi woman here in this village who can summon the divine barrier of containment? Even being a Nagi woman, she must be a very powerful sorceress to cast such a spell. That must have been what Garai did when the Onibubu attacked. The ancients knew the secret to surviving the ravages of the spirit world. Those who listen to the aged shall be taught the wisdom to survive. Indeed, indeed. Okay. That is all from our friends here. Alright, now we're off to the forest gates. But wait, Louie.
Hey, loser! Kelmar was worried, so he asked me to show you the way. I feel sorry for you, so I'll lead you there just this once. Don't forget how to get there, and try to keep up! Okay, this is the Divine Barrier. Use the Beetle Key to open the Beetle Gate. Duh!
It was just right here.
The Beetle Gate is the one to the far right. From there on out, it's all up to you.
Alright. Beetle Gate on the far right. Alright. So this is like our main hub. First we'll save. Alright. So we have four different barriers here. We'll go to the one on the right. Looks like a little beetle.
Who are you?
Of course.
I've seen poachers who impersonate cocoon masters. If you are a real cocoon master, show me by playing that flute. Slowly now. I know that tune. Are you the son of Riquettes, the cocoon master of Cyrus? If the son of Riquettes has been sent into the forest, the village must be in danger. Tell me what has happened in Cyrus. I see. So the Onibubu have reached Cyrus as well. And you came to search for the calabash herb, huh? But you're flute playing. You don't know anything yet, do you? Your father would never forgive me if I just let you go into the forest to die. I am Chorus, the Blue Cocoon Master. On behalf of my comrade Riquettes, I shall initiate you to the arts of the Cocoon Masters.
Alright. So, we were expected to go through the Beetle Gate and meet Chorus at the end, but here he is, just right here. The path of training is a difficult one, ask me anything. Alright, we'll go through all these. It kind of gives us an understanding of how to play the game. We'll do attacks and defense first.
The minions of the forest are full of melancholy, and are thus very dangerous.
Melancholy.
It is our task to capture them, but first, they must be weakened. It is for this purpose only that you would attack with a weapon. Let's have you learn the basics by actually fighting a minion.
First, you must follow my instructions in combat. Are you ready? Yes.
Have you any mugwort herb? For after a fight, wounds and exhaustion must not be ignored. Use this now.
Alright.
Here we go.
Now, I'm going to demonstrate something for y'all really quick. Start off with an attack. Slice deep into the monster. Yes, no need to hold back. Now, I'm just going to do this for just to demonstrate. In the beginning, Chorus gives you a mugwort before this battle. If you don't do what he says, if you stray from what he tells you, like I'll hit defend instead of attack. Do not stray from my teachings, else your training will be for naught. Do as I say if you want to improve. It backs you out. So it takes you out of the fight. But you can click it again.
The minions of the forest are full of...
And then he gives you another mugwort. The previous mugwort that he gave you did not disappear. You can literally do this until you're maxed out on mugworts, but you know, I won't do that. I just wanted to demonstrate that just to show you that this is a funny little thing you can do. Alright, so we're fighting a level 1 water type Arpatron. We will attack it. Oh snap. Like almost a one-hit KO. He does pretty heavy damage too. Attacking is the basic tactic for damaging the enemy, but it will not stop a counterattack. And it will especially do no good if you are fighting multiple opponents or a single powerful enemy. Now try to defend yourself. Yeah, so you can have battles where you're fighting more than one monster. By defending, you decrease the damage you receive, but doing only this lets the enemy attack at will. Balancing attacks with defense against your enemies is crucial. Now then, how can you fight without losing health? Items like Mugwort Herb, which restore your health, are very helpful indeed. Now try using your Mugwort Herb during combat. So now we'll use one of those Mugworts that he gave us. No matter how much you attack, sooner or later you will lose all your health if you keep taking damage. But using a Mugwort Herb will help you recover. Understand? Ah, yes.
Attacking is the most important technique in battle. Continue to battle while restoring your strength as long as you still have Mugwort Herbs. However, if you run out of Mugwort and your health is running low, then it is better to retreat than defend. These are the basic rules of combat. But remember, the mission of the Cocoon Master is not to kill, but to soothe souls. No matter how furious or violent a minion may be, you must not kill. Killing will bring you nothing. Good job. Take this as a symbol of your hard work.
Ah, we got the Mugwort back. Now we're on to capture.
The sound of your flute shall soothe the minions' souls. Trapping them in empty cocoons is known as capturing. Let's have you learn the basics by fighting a minion.
Now fight according to what I have told you. Are you ready? Let us train.
Here we go.
So here's Arpatron again. And here's a fun fact. If you play this game with a different memory card in your slot, say you're not using a default Sony memory card, if you're using what's called a Pocket Station, which was like a memory card that had buttons on it that you could use as like a little portable game device that partnered with the PlayStation, that particular memory card, when it's in your PlayStation and you do this fight, the monster that appears will be a different one. And actually, I have 2 third-party memory cards that are not the Pocket Station, and they will do this. They will, even if it's in slot 2 and the Sony memory card is in slot 1, if they're in slot 2, there is a different monster that will appear called Valtolka. You can do some research on this if you want, but just for the sake of this run in particular, I just wanted to have the default Arpatron appear. So we will catch Arpatron now. Begin by weakening him. It will do you no good to play your flute right away. The minion rages uncontrollably. The sound of your flute cannot touch his heart like this. First you must let him know who's boss. Attack him. Alright, we will attack. Right down to 2 again. So I like in this game, compared to other RPG games, you can see exactly the amount of health that your opponent has, and this helps you gauge like how much damage you're doing per move. So if like you want to make sure you don't accidentally kill your opponent or you don't kill the minion, you can catch it sooner if like you know that if you do one more attack you might knock it out. So it's always it's good that they show exactly how much HP is left. Once they have been weakened about this much, try to capture them. Try it now. So typically, once their HP goes into the red, that's when it's best to capture them. It is possible to catch them without being at the red, but it's easier, of course, the lower the health is. Yeah.
Well, that's it, more or less. Your success with capturing depends on your skill with the flute. And the only way to improve is to imprison as many minions as you can. You won this time because I used a weak minion. In reality, you won't have it so easy. Train hard and work on your flute playing. In time, capturing minions will become easier for you. And you can only carry so many empty cocoons with you. Each time a capture fails, you lose one. It would be wise to return to the village if you run out. The minion you just captured is my gift to you. However, it is useless until it is purified.
Right. So yeah, Chorus says, I used a weak minion to help you learn how to capture minions, but Arpatron is considerably one of the strongest monsters, or one of the strongest minions that you'll have in the game. If you keep it alone, like if you don't fuse it with any other monster, its stats get raised pretty well. So I'm going to keep Arpatron as one of my fellow companions for a while in this run. Now we'll learn about purification.
Simply trapping a minion in a cocoon will not soothe its spirit. It requires purification. If you are a cocoon master, you must have taken a Nagi woman as your bride in the sacred union. Have your wife purify a firefly cocoon. It will then become a white cocoon. Once it becomes a white cocoon, you can summon the minion into battle.
Yeah, so that explains some things. Now, summoning.
We are called Cocoon Masters because we have the power to summon magical minions. In order to beckon these minions, we must translocate our earthly vessels. In other words, the minions fight in our stead. Mesmerized by the sound of the flute. After all, we are but beasts of knowledge, no match for the minions deep in the forest. That means we must fight minion with minion. However, you may only take 3 magical beasts with you at a time. Each minion possesses one of 4 distinct elemental properties. Keep the following relationships in mind. Earth repels water. Water extinguishes fire. Fire eliminates air, and wind whittles away earth. Know your opponent and develop a strategy first.
So yeah, that's important. You can only carry 3 monsters, but there are 4 types that you have to work around. So one thing I like to do is I like to, here actually, before I explain, we'll talk about merging here.
Magic beasts gain strength through victory in battle. And by merging different beasts together, they will become even stronger. Try it once you have obtained a few. Your wife shall merge them for you. Be warned that while merging does pass on characteristics of both beasts, elemental properties and special abilities can either be strengthened or weakened. For this is the one thing I cannot teach you. You must master this process yourself.
Right. That is very important what Chorus explained there. So, merging monsters, yes, does make them more powerful. But, say you combined a fire type with an air type. You would have then a dual fire-air type monster. But, if you were using a fire attack against an opponent with that monster versus you using a fire attack with a solo fire type, the solo fire type will actually do more damage because being more pure fire, its fire element has a higher ratio, so to say, and it will then do more damage with its fire moves. But having a dual type gives you more defense. So if you have a fire-air type, it's a fire type that's strong against air because fire beats air, and then it's also an air type that can beat earth. And if an earth monster tries to hit that fire-air type, it will be weak. And if an air type monster tries to attack the fire-air type, it will be extra weak because it's attacking the same type and the type that it's weak against. So yeah, it's really interesting. What I usually go for is a strategy of having two minions that have only one type, and then one minion that has 2 types. And one thing I never do is I never combine monsters where their types are diagonal to each other. Like, I wouldn't make a water-air type, because although water beats fire, if it's a water-air type, if I'm fighting a fire type, it will do pretty good damage to me being part air. And all my air moves would be useless against that fire type. And if I was battling an earth type, my air moves would be strong, but the earth creature fighting me would do a lot of damage to me because I had part water as well. So I usually go for like types that are right next to each other when I combine them. But yeah, so another thing I like to do is combine monsters of the same type to just give them more of the same type moves, which is really useful. Anyways, we are done with chorus here.
Very well. Now, you must try to apply what you have learned. My cottage is deep inside this forest. If you arrive there safely, you shall receive my approval. Oh, son of the Lion of Peril, you shall become a cocoon master worthy of your father's name. You seem hesitant. Well, I understand. But you must complete the test on your own.
Okay.
Very well.
Okay. I think that's all he has to say. So we're going to go back and purify our Arpatron so that he can join our team. And I am not going to save because Arpatron is a fresh minion that I have not purified yet, and if something happens with Arpatron, or if something happens to my game before I can save again, if something like crashes, oops, not my home, let's go to Garai's home. Like if something crashes, if like the game freezes or something, and I saved with Arpatron not being purified, my Arpatron will not have any moves. It's so weird. Alright, yeah, don't save. It's like a reflex. I see a save point and I must save. We'll talk to Mabu.
Don't overdo it until you get better at hunting, alright? Try talking with Mother Garai if there's something you don't understand. But I'd watch out. Her stories can be long and boring. But don't tell her I said that.
Well, the old ones bring wisdom, as they say. Well, now what? We will perform Nagi magic. Oh, you've got some firefly cocoons. I'd better purify them. So this sequence plays out every time you bring new firefly cocoons.
Our enemy we love, and for the tormented we pray. Grant us, the beasts of knowledge, the power to touch the spirit.
Yeah, from here on out I will skip that dialogue, but this whole sequence plays out every time. I'll keep these here with me, just tell me when you need them. Alright, so here we're in our minion management section, and first thing I'll just do really quick is view Arpatron. So here are our 3 equipped slots, and here are slots for those in storage. Now, it can go down quite a ways, but interestingly enough, there's only a certain limit of how many monsters you can have in storage, and it won't even, it will be too full, even if it hits the very bottom. If you've hit the very bottom, or you're somewhere where you have 12 empty spaces, I think it is, 12 empty spaces, or anything less than 12 empty spaces, you would have to spin some to make room. So it's really important to manage your minions very carefully, so you don't have like a lot of extra minions that you're not doing anything with. But there are some minions you might want to catch and hold on to for later, because they might have some moves that are cool that you want to mix with future minions. But for now, let's take a look at Arpatron. He has an attack of 24, defense 23, 20 magic attack, 20 magic defense, and speed stats really good, 26. And if you can see on the right there, next to the stats, you see this little red dot on a cross, where it sits based on its stat growth. So if that red dot is more towards one way or the other, that's the stat that it will grow more. So Arpatron is kind of more leaning towards speed and a little bit of attack. So we'll see Arpatron gain attack and speed more than any other stat. But because it's pretty close to the center, its defense and magic should grow pretty well too. That's what makes Arbitron a pretty good all-around creature. All of its stats grow pretty evenly, and its attack and speed are its best, so it's always going to go first. Alright, we will equip Arbitron now. And yeah, that's all we need to do. So we'll exit now.
Well, good luck. I'll always be here if you need anything.
Alright, we'll talk a little bit more and just see if there's any more dialogue.
I'll be studying the divine art of magic so I won't fall behind. But, Garai is oh so strict. Don't tell her that either.
It's like she's right there. Alright, anything else?
Don't overdo it until you get better at hunting, alright? Try talking with Mother Garai if there's something you don't understand. But
Okay. Alright, yeah, that was the first thing she said. Let's talk to Mother Garai.
Ever since your father disappeared into the forest, Chorus has been taking very good care of Cyrus. However, he promised to do so only until you came of age. I think it would be best for you to study under him.
I think that's interesting. So I guess Chorus has been helping out this village since my father has disappeared. Interesting little plot point there. Let's hear about cocoons from Garai. Well then, what shall we talk about? Empty cocoons.
Empty cocoons are normal silkworm cocoons. They have not been changed in any way. Capturing your prey into empty cocoons is the foundation of the Cocoon Master hunting technique. But fierce minions cannot be imprisoned right away. First, you must weaken them and pacify their spirit. That is where your swordsmanship comes into play. Once you have weakened them, play your flute. When the minion hears your melody, its spirit will seek tranquility and thus become captured in the cocoon. Cocoons that contain an imprisoned minion are known as firefly cocoons.
Alright. Yeah, one interesting thing too in this game is as your capture level grows, the songs that you play when you catch minions or summon minions changes as well, which is really fun to look out for once you've reached a certain rank. Now we'll learn about firefly cocoons.
A firefly cocoon is a cocoon in which a minion has been captured. But do not be deceived by its beautiful glow. It has only been captured, not tamed. Its curse has by no means been removed. In this state, you cannot summon the minion within nor spin it into silk. If a villager tries to spin a firefly into silk, they shall be doomed to die by its curse. Removing the curse requires purification by the divine magic of my people, the Nagi.
White cocoons.
Once purified, a firefly cocoon becomes a white cocoon. You can use the magic beast by summoning it from a white cocoon. Summon the magic beast to fight in your stead by playing your flute. The power of a summoned beast shall far exceed your swordsmanship. Every divine beast is composed of one of 4 elements: fire, water, earth, and air. The true Cocoon Master has a good command of these elements. Also remember that white cocoons can also be spun into fine silk thread.
Indeed. Now we'll learn about black cocoons.
Black cocoons are the cocoons of ruin. They are cocoons that do not belong in this world. The difference between black and white cocoons lies in their method of purification. Purification by a Nagi woman yields a white cocoon. But if a man purifies one, it will become a black cocoon, which will bear an evil, dark beast. The Nagi man who purified it shall become possessed by the black cocoon and be transformed into a beast. Everything a black cocoon touches is reduced to ruin, even the cocoon master. The black cocoon is the ruin of people's hearts. You must never give in to their dark powers.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what that's all about. That's the first time we've heard of black cocoons. We've heard of all the other forms that the cocoons can take many times, but that's our first time hearing about black cocoons, which are really interesting. That's enough for now. Is there anything else you would like to know about? Purification.
Minions that you capture in the forest are merely imprisoned in cocoons. A firefly cocoon is of no use to you as is. You may neither use it for profit nor release the spirit imprisoned within. You must first ask Mabu to purify it in order to cleanse the spirit within. Cleansed firefly cocoons become white cocoons. You will find the tamed minions to be very useful. Purification is the work of a Nagi woman who has wed a cocoon master. Releasing the spirits is not your work alone. It is to be done by both of you.
Let's hear about my father.
That was soon after I left the Nagi village with Mabu, who was yet an infant. I came across a wounded man laying collapsed on the ground. He was a cocoon master. He was gravely wounded, but my treatment revived him. The man thanked me and produced a flute from his pocket. He said that he wished me to deliver it to his son in Cyrus. Then he disappeared into the depths of the forest, just like that. That man was your father, Ricketts, also known as the Lion of Peril. And so it was our fate to settle down and live here in Cyrus. Perhaps this too was the will of Elrum, god of the forest.
So it has been since Mabu was yet an infant that was when Garai ran into Ricketts and he gave her the flute of capture that she now gave to you. So that was a long time ago. We don't know how old Mabu or Levant are, but yeah, that just gives you some context as to like how long have we been without Ricketts. All right, we'll say goodbye.
Well, you should be off now. Oh, please, do be careful. The Cocoon Master is not a warrior. Their work is to capture the minions and soothe their wild souls. The sword of the Cocoon Master is only for pacification. It is not to be used for slaughter. Well?
Anything else?
To begin with, you must become a full-fledged Cocoon Master by studying under Chorus. And then you should ask about the Calibus herb.
For sure, for sure.
Well?
Alright, we'll see one more maybe?
Ever since your father disappeared into the forest.
Okay, that was the first thing she said. We are all done. Thank you, Garai. Alright, now we will save, now that we have Arpatron on our team. And just to take a little look here, we have Arpatron down here. He has one magic move, Volley. Water attack, one enemy, extra damage versus fire, higher water element ratio yields more damage. Right, that's explaining, you know, the higher your monster is of the water type, the more damage this does. Then our special moves. So we have different special moves for different appendages of the body. And so if you have a monster with a move on a different part of the body and you combine it with this monster, for example, you would have a water attack on your horn, and then whatever the other attack was on the other minion, it would be on another, whatever its appendage it was equipped to was on here. So you would have a combined monster that has both of the attacks. So if you had like a water fire with a claw fire attack, you would have a water horn and a fire claw. And these moves versus your magic moves, these moves are scaled based on your attack and defense stat, whereas the magic moves are scaled based on your magic stat. So water attack says, special water attack, very effective against fire-based enemies, higher water element ratio yields more damage. There you go. And the three lines you see on the right of the attack, those are modifiers, and different minions will have moves that might have a modifier on the side there, and it might say something like plus accuracy. So it will cost you more mana to use this attack, but it might have just a better chance of landing the attack or doing a critical hit. Or it might say plus power, so it does more damage overall in general, which is really good. So yeah, but for now it's just a standard horn water attack. And here's the family tree. This is a lot more extensive once you use multiple monsters to make your fully fledged combined monster. You'll see all the different minion lines it came from, which is really cool. Alright, so that's all of that. Let's save again. Okay. And I'm going to call this the end of part 1. Part 2, we will venture into the Beetle Forest and actually fight some minions and get some captures and build up our team. So yeah, thank you for watching part 1. I know this was a very lengthy episode 1, but that's because there's just a lot of story development that we have to, you know, just recognize and take in. So yeah, here we are. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, leave a comment if there's anything you want to say, like this video if you liked it, and yeah, stay tuned for part 2. Thank you.